The settings for form are in your tabs up near the top. So I've got questions, responses, settings. So they are specific to each form. The first thing I have is make this a quiz. If I cut that on, then I have all different types of things that I can do with grades. I can let them see them immediately. I have to submit them. I can put it in locked mode. Since I don't think you'll be doing quizzes, we're not going to particularly look at this. But if you ever do a quiz, this is where you can make your questions a particular point value. So I don't want this to be a quiz. I'm going to cut it off. Responses. I can collect email addresses automatically. If I say verified, it will make sure that they have put in a correct format of an email address, or it might get them to enter the email address twice. I can send responders a copy of their responses. I certainly don't want to do that. Back up to collecting email addresses. If you want the survey or the form to be anonymous, you certainly would want to do not collect. You can allow people to make changes to their form. That's generally not what you want to do. You can limit them to one response. That's generally what you do want to do. But look what happens when I cut it and limiting it to one response. It says they're required to sign into Google. So if you are clicking on a link in a form and you don't have a Google address, that would be a problem. Presentation. I can have a progress bar. I can shuffle my question order. You need to be careful about this. If you're giving anyone a printed copy of the form to fill in, then you want your question order to stay the same here so that it won't get, it'll be easier to manage. You can change the confirmation message when the form has been submitted. You can show a link to submit another response. You can view the summary. I can actually let people view the summary from all the responses. You usually don't have that on. Under defaults, I have collect email addresses by default again. I'm not sure why they put that in there twice, but that's the default if I cut on collect. And under question defaults, this has got make questions required by default. That's helpful because most of the time you want a question required, and if you select that, then they're all required. You can take off the ones that you don't want.